Welcome back to the Where's Home Show. This is episode 8 now. We got some new rankings this episode, week 8. There's a few new spots
Yeah,
in the top
three
5.
three new
3 new
spots this
spots.
week. So yeah,
So
things are changing up.
things are changing up, getting to the end of the season. Some teams are getting hot. We'll go over some score of the games that has happened this week and a little bit of last week. I got about 7 games of final scores. They'll announce the game of the week that happened this week, which is already on the Instagram page and Twitter.
YouTube.
But we'll go over some stat leaders for those teams, and then Gage has a game. It's called the GG game, the Gage game.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's about. He just thought of it last night, called me and asked if he could do it. No idea what the game is, so that'll be off the top of his head. Apparently, I got to guess something,
Bring a
which
little fun.
I have nothing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Then we'll go over game of the week. St. John's vs. Providence happened last week. And then we'll be joining here with that player of the game, Braden Harris, going over a little bit about his season, some of his goals for this season, and how he's enjoying the new team over there this year at St. John's. Anyways, let's just start off with some score of the games that happened this past week. University Christian Bishop Snyder, Bishop Snyder 5-0 over University Christian. We got this was a good game right here. Bartram Trail versus Providence. Bartram Trail 7, Providence 6, which that's kind of surprised a lot of
Yeah,
people
they've
around
been
town.
struggling a little
Yeah,
bit though
few
recently.
injuries happen.
I feel like they're on I think they might have
They
won.
won last night in
Yeah,
11 innings. Creekside 13 bowls too. That was actually another shock too. Creekside's really hot right now,
hmm
which they got a few tough games coming up. So we'll
yeah, we'll
see.
see.
We'll see what they look like. Ponte Vedra 1, St. Augustine 0, Baldwin 2, Inglewood 0. And then we got St. John's. We played Lowndes Monday night. We won 7-2 over Lowndes. They actually had like a 3 game
Yeah, come
in
down
Jacksonville.
for
I think
spring
it was
break
spring break. They had St. John's Trinity last night. Now
in Creekside.
Creekside
Yeah,
tonight. Sandalwood versus Inglewood. Sandalwood 6, Inglewood 2. Which Inglewood has a good squad this year.
yeah, they're pretty solid.
Let's see, Mandarin over Fletcher last night 6-5, which is the little gateway thing that public school does. I think that was the quarterfinal game. So Mandarin won that one and goes on to the semifinal. I was looking on Game Changers, watching it here and there. It was back and forth the whole game. Fletcher went up in the first or second inning, and then Mandarin kind of came back and kind of had the lead from there. But Fletcher scored some runs after that, as well as Mandarin. Last night, Bishop Snyder 5, Clay 0. That was a good game. It was
You
a
were
late
there.
start
Yeah, you were there.
because the rain came pouring down. They didn't even get to warm up, so it was like a 7:40 start. Supposed to
Oh,
be a
really?
7 start. It was a fairly quick game though, so it's not bad.
That game will
Good pitchers on the
be
mound. That would be on YouTube
coming out YouTube.
later on. Same as the game of the week that we'll go over. St. John's versus Providence. It's on YouTube right now. Go check that out. Some guy named Gage filmed that one for us. That was good. That was good stuff.
Mm.
We'll go over some rankings. Top 5. 3 new spots in the top 5. Let's go see what you got, Gage.
All right, week 8 rankings. Like Chandler said a couple minutes ago, we have a few new teams coming up here. Some teams one team making their first appearance, and then two other teams who have been out of the top 5 for a little bit, but I think they're playing better now and deserve to be in the top 5. But coming in at number 5, we have the Clay Blue Devils making it for the first time this year. Clay's been pretty solid year round, but maybe just not achieving enough to make the top 5. I think they are a really good team. They have every game that they've lost this year has been to a good teams that either in the area or not in the area that are really good. And all those games really have been close, besides maybe like one or two.
Yeah.
They finish off this week playing against Bartram and Trinity. They have a record of 13-8, and then they are led by J.C. Rosette, who's batting 382 at the plate, and Cole Carnell, who's batting 368 and also has 3 homers this year. And Clay also has a good group of pitchers too that keep them in the games as well. And then coming at number 4, we have Snyder as another team, like I said, back in the top 5 after being out for maybe like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
They had a rough stretch of
Late.
games. They went and traveled down to Miami, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there in Miami area. But they're playing good now. Won 7 in a row. Snyder had a good win against Clay last night, like Chandler just said, and they got another game against Trinity Catholic to finish out this week. I think Snyder is one of the top teams in Jacksonville when they're playing good, both on offensively and defensively, and they showed that in the beginning of the year. Kind of slacked off a little bit, and I think they're back to that form now. And they're led by Trip Hanna at the plate, batting 429, and Cody Bochelle, who has 5 home runs this year. I think he's batting 333 too. I just didn't add that in there. And then coming in at number 3, making their way back on the list as well, is Creekside. A lot of teams or a lot of people are really high on Creekside. Some of the other rankings around the city and then Max Preps as well. Creekside is very good. Like we said earlier, the first couple weeks of the season, we think or I was just talking to Chandler, but I think they're one of the better teams in Jacksonville. They always play hard. They're a tough team to beat. They have a record of 13-7, riding a 3-game win streak. They face Lowndes, Beachside, and St. John's this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Creekside was a bit inconsistent throughout the middle of the year, losing a few games, but they've also won a bunch of big games. They have one of the best hitters in the state in Connor Balazic. I just want to give him a good shout out. Through 20 games this year Creekside has played, he's batting an insane 533. That is crazy in 20 games.
Week 1 part of the game.
Yeah, week 1 player of the game. He started hot and he hasn't stopped. He also has 4 home runs, so he's not just like putting the ball in play. He's like swinging the bat hot. Good pop on his
sophomore.
bat. Yeah, he's really good. And then coming at number 2, the Spartans moved back up to the second spot that they were in earlier in the year, and I think they're no doubt the second best team in the city right now. They had a big win last week and gets them heading in the right direction in our game of the week last week, which was on YouTube now. They're now 14-6, and they got games against Richmond Hill tonight and then Creekside Friday, and everyone's going to be keeping their eye on that St. John's Creekside game. It's going to be a big game for both teams heading into the last week of the season. A combination of both the offense and defense has helped them in their 4-game win streak, and I think that'll need to continue this week against Friday against Creekside if they want to make that a 5-game win streak.
And tonight.
So it would be 6, yeah. 6 after the win against Creekside if that happens. And then coming at number 1, to no surprise at all, is Trinity. They have the best record in the city at 16-3. They have games against Oakleaf and Clay to finish out the week. They're coming in on a 5-game win streak led by Aiden Arnett, who's batting 378, and Ethan Wheeler, who's batting 375. Trinity also has 2 pitchers with a sub-1 ERA, and Tyler Ellis and Aaron Watson. That's pretty good, yeah. I think they both have over 20 to 30 innings this year, and they're averaging a little over 7 runs a game in this 5-game stretch, and I think if their bats stay hot as they are right now and continue that to the playoffs, they're going to be a really tough team to beat with that staff. But yeah, that's Week 8 rankings. A little bit of a switch up from the teams that have been in the rankings the past couple of weeks, but some teams just aren't playing as well as they were last week or even 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Let's pull up both screens here.
Yeah.
It's good top 5. Some new spots up there. Some people didn't like the last week rankings.
Yeah, with some chirping going around.
Some chirping going around. Some people didn't make it.
From inside.
Just always good. It's always good. People talking about.
Yeah, seeing people that they're looking at our rankings. Yeah. It's funny.
Makes us feel good. If you don't feel good about it, anyways. We got let's see the game of the week this week, which is Thursday night. Clay versus Bartram at Bartram. I believe it's at 6:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The leaders for the hit leaders for Clay, as you mentioned, J.C. Rosette batting 382, Cole Carnell 368, and then Merrick Raposa 358.
Yeah.
Some pitching: Rylan McMahon, ERA 3.21, 32.2 innings pitched, 25 hits, 15 earned runs, 14 walks, 54 strikeouts.
And you said last night you were at that game.
Night, yeah.
What did he top out at?
I saw 96 on the pocket radar. That was the first inning.
That's pretty good.
That was the only time I was looking.
He's a sophomore, right?
Sophomore, committed to Florida. And then we got Bartram, Dominic Cantono batting 356, Jonathan Bay batting 339, and Luke Labby batting 311.
They're good.
I think it would be a good little game of the week.
Yeah, I think those teams are somewhat close. If Bartram plays good, they're been inconsistent this year.
Yeah, very. So we'll see who they have.
I think they're playing a little better recently.
Yeah, I agree. But Clay also plays Trinity the next day.
Yeah, so they got.
So they got to figure out who's on the. Sure they know, but who's on the mound.
Important week coming up for Clay.
For sure, and then they want to have cause any injuries coming into the last week next week.
Mm-hmm.
But Barsham and Clay's first time being the game of the week, week 8 game of the week. I think it'd be a good one. Be on YouTube later on in the week or early on the next week. See what we got. We'll go on a break, and then we'll come back and play Gage's game that he wants to play. And then we'll go over game of the week, St. John's vs. Providence, and we'll be joined in here with player of the game from that game, Brandon Harris. Make sure you guys go check out Carry Apparel. Carry Apparel draws inspiration from positive quotes. On the website it says, "In life, we go through challenges. Sometimes athletes go through additional life challenges. Carry Apparel strives to keep individuals in a positive mindset. Be ready is the basis of their business. Always be ready because you never know when you are called upon and it's your turn to show your abilities. Be ready in everything you do, whether that's at school, work, or as an athlete. Always be ready." Make sure you guys go check them out on Instagram and check out their website, carryapparel.com. If you guys are wanting to play at the next level or even go to another school, North Florida showcases the design for high school, junior college, and transfer portal baseball players who want to showcase their skills in front of college coaches. These events also provide the latest metrics including batting exit velocity, throwing velocity, 60-yard dash times, and more. They're dedicated to helping players become prospective student athletes at the next level. Make sure you guys go check them out on Instagram and X. North Florida Showcases.
All right, welcome back. We're gonna be playing a little game that I thought of last night. Kind of a
It's called the GG.
Yeah. Chan keeps saying a GG.
It's Gage game.
Kind of like a version of Guess Who. How this is gonna work? I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up and explain it while you're on the screen. There's gonna be 3 boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and explain. So for number 1, I'm gonna give you clues. You're gonna be guessing which team this is. So I'm gonna give you clues I'm gonna give you their record and then like 2 hints to tell you what team is number 1. Then you're gonna guess. Go ahead and reveal it. See if you're right. And Chandler said if he gets 3 out of 3, he's gonna be giving away $500.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. We'll think about that.
All right. So number 1.
That's actually funny.
Number 1. They have a 14-6 record.
14-6. Okay.
They're currently in the Where's Home top 5. I'll give you a little bit of, I guess, an easier one. If you could say, if you've been paying attention today. 14-6 record, currently in top 5, and they wear navy blue and Carolina blue. I'm going to see if you can get this one. This one should be easy.
I don't know if you're trying to trick me or not. That's St. John's.
Yeah, it is St. John's. You can go ahead and take away group number 1. It is the St. John's Spartans. There you go. I gave you a little bit of an easy one to get your feet underneath you for this game. But all right, we'll move on to number 2. They have a 10-11 record. So
10-11.
Maybe not a team you've been keeping an eye on as much this year.
Okay.
They have been in a Where's Home game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And you have played against them. The Spartans have played against them. Let me see if you can figure this one out.
Game of the week.
Game of the week, 10-11 record.
It's not Trinity.
You have played against them.
Not Trinity. It's not
Well, yeah, they don't have no 10-11
not
record.
Creekside.
Nope, they don't have a 10-11 record either.
They were not in the top 5. They've lost 11 times.
No, they're not. I'll tell you that. Yeah, they're not in the top 5.
It could be Baldwin. It could be Baldwin. It could be Oakleaf.
Have you played against them?
I played against both of them. And
do you know whose record is too?
10-11. I'm gonna have to go with Oakleaf.
Go ahead and take away box number 2.
Oh
Oakleaf.
yeah!
There you go. 2 for 2. One step away from $500 giveaway.
$500 coming in hot. Number 3.
And then number 3. This is the hardest one. I don't know if you're gonna get this one as well.
Oh, 3 out of 3. I'm getting it.
They have a 6-14 record.
Woo!
So We'll see how much you've been keeping up with the city. 6-14 record. They wear green and gold, and they are in 5A district, and they share district with Columbia.
Nice.
Nice, go ahead, take away that third box. You are wrong.
It's
Fleming
freaking
Island.
Fleming.
Yep, I knew I would get you that. That was when I was thinking of it. I was like, oh, he's gonna think of Nice.
Yeah.
It's either between Nice or Fleming Island. So
2 out of 3. No $500.
no $500 for the fans.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you he did that on purpose.
What?
I'm just kidding.
All right.
We'll go ahead and
that was good. The GG game right there.
I'm gonna try and think of another one for next week, or we might just do.
You should have done 4.
The same one. We could do. I mean, there's a whole bunch of teams out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of teams.
So we can switch that up.
How'd you figure that out?
Just thought of it.
You probably saw a TikTok or something.
No, I didn't. He keeps saying that.
I did.
I just thought of it.
Let's go over game of the week that we had last week. It's on YouTube. St. John's versus Providence. St. John's wins that one 4-0. St. John's has 7 hits, 1 error. Providence has 4 hits and 2 errors. Tell me a little about that game. Of course, I was playing in it. You were filming it, so watching it the whole time.
Just kind of from the get-go, I think first inning, St. John's doesn't score, and then Providence puts a couple runners on base, right? Like 1 or 2 on base.
Some got thrown out at home.
Yeah, and then that was pretty much all the offense Providence had the whole game. After that, I think kind of St. John's just kind of controlled the game. Braden pitched pretty well out there. And we'll talk a little bit about his performance a little later, but he ends up throwing a whole game, and they just kind of controlled it from there. St. John's offense wasn't too hot. Faced a decent pitcher, though, Landis Pickett. And they just found a way to score 4. Played good defense, like you said. Throw someone out at home, and there you go. They win the game.
It's good stuff. Providence did have one bad error that we scored 2 out of it.
Yeah, you played the momentum. So.
Yeah, changed the momentum of the game. Ground ball to third base. Made an error to first, I believe it was.
If you guys didn't watch the game on YouTube, First run of the game.
First run of the game is right
Chandler Dantzler.
Right here.
Doing all he could.
See a beautiful bunt at the end, too. That one error kind of changed the momentum of the game. I think we had a lot of energy going into the game because one of our players actually went to Providence last year. So it was, I want to say it's a rival game, but It's a good game to play. I think they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of
end of the season.
Kind of spiraling. I don't remember. I know as of last week, coming into the rankings we did, they lost like 5 in a row or something. Yeah,
they won last night.
They won last night, but they lost obviously to you guys.
Yeah,
and then
did they lose another one? I have to pull it up. I don't know. They lost to Bartram.
Yeah, so they've lost
before us.
They've lost a couple games now.
Yeah, they're battling some injuries. Some pitching injuries, so that'll hurt them.
They do have a really good staff, so if they could get that going by the time the playoff goes around, if you can pitch, you can hang around with any team.
Yeah, Landis Pickett did a good job. Went 6 innings, which we'll pull up the stats. Let's see who was away. We were.
Yeah, we'll pull up you guys first.
So TJ Sunderhouse was 1 for 4 at the plate. I believe his hit was in the 7th inning. Hunter Rogers 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. I know he had a double. Preston Cole 1 for 4. Nick Bowden was 1 for 1 with 2 walks. Gabriel Gillian was 1 for 3. And then let's see. And then I went 1 for 2, which I had a bunt and a walk. And then the man of the hour, Braden Harris, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned, 2 walks and 10 Ks, 100 pitches. Faced 25 batters, 64 strikes out of 100 pitches. Pretty solid. And that's player of the game. Player of the game worth numbers right there.
Yeah.
We'll pull up Providence stats.
Did they not score St. John's, or you guys score was it 3 runs in that one inning, or how many runs did you score in the second inning?
I want to say we scored it all in the same inning.
All 4?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So since then it was kind of just.
I think it was the 3rd inning.
Yeah, maybe
Fourth, third or
third,
fourth,
third or fourth,
somewhere around there.
second or third. But yeah, Providence kind of just looked deflated, and they're a team that's struggling. So when something like that happens, it's
Yeah.
kind of just goes downhill from there.
Yep. Brody Kraft leadoff single to start the game, went 1 for 3 at the plate. Luke Manderson 1 for 3 at the plate as well. Grant Shepard 1 for 3. Preston Machacardi was 1 for 3. Landis Pickett 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. And then Tanner Eckert closed it out the last inning. 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned, zero walks, and 1 strikeout.
Yeah,
So
Landis had a really good game as
yeah, he
well.
did.
Just that one inning,
That one inning he
the error
struggled.
doesn't help.
Yeah, error.
Only 2 earned runs. If you're looking at 6 innings, 2 earned runs, you're never gonna be mad at that.
Yeah, pretty solid outing for him. Which I think a couple outings before that he struggled.
Against
Um,
Trinity.
yeah, against Trinity, didn't get out the first inning, which that's kind of hard to come back after that kind of performance. You don't really have any motivation or confidence. So he did a pretty good job. Went 6 innings. How many pitches was it? 92 pitches. Faced 26 batters, and then Tanner Eckert closed it out in the last inning. Pretty good game. I think it was a good game of the week.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
over on YouTube. If you guys want to go watch it. I think it's doing good right now. 1.1K views or somewhere around there. Subscribe. We need some more subscribers. Hit the like buttons and all those things. We'll go over player of the game, and then we'll be going on a break, and then we'll be joined in with him, asking him some questions about the season. Some of his goals for this season, some stuff he did in the summer, and we'll talk about the new team. How's he liking the new team this year? Anyways, part of the game, Braden Harris, presented by Represent Baseball. Go get you a T-shirt. Use code WHP25. We'll send him over a T-shirt as well. As we just said, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 runs, 2 walks, and 10 Ks.
Kind of just looked like he settled in there.
Yeah. Which has been like every outing he has pitched. It looks like he's settled in.
Got
throwing
like
strikes, locked in.
Second or third inning, it just kind of, and then just cruised on in the rest of the game.
And then we got Braden at the bottom, put Braden Harris, a 2026 FSU commit, tossed a 7 innings shutout with 10 strikeouts, leading his team to a 4-0 win over Providence. If you see some words there at the end, I messed up a little bit because I put something else before that and forgot to take it out. He's doing a great job this year. I think we were just looking at it on the first break we went on. It's pulled up over there on the screen. I think it's 4 or 5
tied
in the
for
nation
in the,
of strikeouts, which he has 85. How many innings?
43 and 2/3.
43 and 2/3. But if you look at the guy that's number one, he's played 35 games, has 101
innings.
strikeouts, 53 innings. So every state's different as far as how many games they play, but Braden Harris is number 5.
I guess you could look at it like the Ks per 9 or 7. I don't know what they do in high school if it's Ks per 7 or 9, but we can't see that.
I don't know. Good stuff for Braden Harris. So that means he's number 1 in Florida with strikeouts. So if he keeps rolling, maybe he'll get an award or something along those lines.
Never want to jinx it, though.
Yeah, don't want to jinx it. He's doing a good job. It's fun to see him pitch. It's fun to play defense when he pitches because you don't really do nothing. You just stand there. It's fun. Okay. You just see him strike out batters and walk out to the dugout. It's pretty fun to watch, especially in a good game like a Providence game.
Yeah.
And then like we play Creekside this Friday. I believe that's a Braden Harris start. Not 100%.
2 weeks in a row, you're throwing it out there.
They might. I'm sure they know. I said might. Might be. Braden Harris could pitch tonight. We don't know. Anyways, that was good stuff for Braden Harris. We'll send him over a T-shirt. Presented by Represent Baseball. Going to break. Be joined in here with the man of the hour, Braden Harris. Make sure you guys go check out Carry Apparel. Carry Apparel draws inspiration from positive quotes. On the website it says, in life we go through challenges. Sometimes athletes go through additional life challenges. Carry Apparel strives to keep individuals in a positive mindset. Be ready is the basis of their business. Always be ready because you never know when you are called upon and it's your turn to show your abilities. Be ready in everything you do, whether that's at school, work, or as an athlete. Always be ready. Make sure you guys go check them out on Instagram and check out their website, carryapparel.com. If you guys are wanting to play at the next level or even go to another school, North Florida showcases the design for high school, junior college, and transfer portal baseball players who want to showcase their skills in front of college coaches. These events also provide the latest metrics including batting exit velocity, throwing velocity, 60-yard dash times, and more. They're dedicated to helping players become prospective student athletes at the next level. Make sure you guys go check them out on Instagram and X. North Florida Showcases. Welcome back to the show. We're back from the break. Jordan here with Braden Harris. How you doing today, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Tell me a little about, St. John's. We both went over to St. John's from Trinity. How you liking it over there? How you liking the group of guys? How you liking the coaches?
I'm loving it. Like every day, it's really good. Practices are really good.
Yeah.
Scouting reports for every team, every pitcher, really good.
Yeah.
Loving it so far.
How's the arm feeling? I think we looked at it. You thrown 42.2 innings. I think every game you've been in, except for a couple, you went all 7 innings.
Yeah.
Most of them you have. How's the arm feel? Tell us a little about the routine you have during the week coming up to a start. I know you're a big long tosser. Do you long toss every day before that start? Or you have a little light day? Tell us a little about that routine that you have.
Arm's been good. Don't long toss, not every single day, but you got to fit in at least 2 or 3 in between starts just to keep the arm healthy. Getting late in the season, throwing a lot of pitches. We go bullpen on Tuesday, getting ready for a Friday start. Usually had like 2 days in between every start.
Okay.
Lifts 2-3 a week, really hard. Got to keep the strength up.
Yeah.
And long toss has really been helping the arm. Like stay healthy. Got to keep it good. Lifts, you got to keep lifting or you'll get fatigued throughout the season, especially this time of year.
Definitely.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that, what I want to talk about a little bit, but kind of how your progress has been gaining velo, hitting new PRs this year on the mound during the season. Like, just talk a little bit about how you are gaining arm strength. You said long tossing still, like even in the off season, working out, and just talk about how you do that.
I would say the lifting and the mobility in the off season has been the most important. Get as strong as you can, but you also got to be as loose as you can because the stronger you get, the tighter you'll get.
Yeah. Yep.
I think mobility has been the biggest thing for this season that I've been focusing on. Usually I just try to get strong and long toss, but the mobility, the hips, like the spine, the chest, and the shoulder, everything, that's been the best part.
And I think also it's important to note that you get stronger, but you also are good at keeping your stamina up. Like you said, long tossing and getting a lot of reps from a long range to keep up the stamina, so you're throwing the same speed from the first inning as long as the 6th inning also.
That's what you need, definitely.
Yeah. All right, tell me about, your favorite game this year. There's always that one game when you look at the schedule before the year. Was there that one game you're looking forward to pitch against? Or is there a game that we haven't played yet that you're looking forward to?
I would say the Clay game so far has been the best. I mean, it was a really close game. 2 good arms. I mean, we were going at it, and then the last 2 innings was close.
Yeah.
It was like
how many strikeouts was that? Like 14? 13?
15 that game.
15?
Struck out the last 6, I'm pretty sure.
Jeez.
And yeah, I was really locked in. That was
That was a fun game, and
most exciting game so far.
Almost sold the game. Almost did.
I've been there before.
I think we were up like 3-0, and then and then I'm rounding third base. They have this big third baseman, Raposa, and I wasn't even paying attention to my coach. So apparently he's giving me the big stop sign.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, wasn't happy. I ran right past. I was actually close coming to home plate. It was closer than I thought. Yeah, I got yelled at a little bit.
That's all right.
So I still hear it to this
Take it with
day.
a grain of salt.
But we still came out with a win. Braden had 15 strikeouts, 7 innings.
I remember that game.
So that was good stuff. Tell us a little about, your goals coming into this season. What were your goals? You had the new team. You didn't really know everyone on the team as well as me. New coaches and everything like that. What are some goals you had for this upcoming season? What are some things you were working on in the fall to be better for this season?
Obviously, state championship, the ultimate goal. I mean, everything I've done so far, doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
It's really just getting you prepared for the playoffs. I'll say state championship, and been working a lot, swing, and you got to do everything to give the team the best chance to win. Got to hit, defense, and pitch.
For sure.
Everything.
And obviously you're committed to Florida State, and you were able to commit early enough to where the new rules are, where you're not allowed to talk to coaches until your junior year, right? Yeah. Yeah. So you're already committed, and so just talk a little bit about things you're trying to improve on as a pitcher or hitter, just like personally, I guess, since you're already able to commit to the next level.
I would definitely say the change up because I mean, I think that's the one thing I need, especially in college or pro ball. Like
third pitch.
Yeah, you need a third pitch. Like curveball, fastball, you can sit on one and just ambush that
Unless
pitch.
you have Braden Harris curveball.
Yeah, even then, change up will be nice too. That third pitch is what I've been working on a lot at practice and my bullpens.
Speaking of pitches,
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have you show your pitches if you don't mind, just to the camera, like your grips that you're working on at all.
If you wanna do it a little up, you can do it in the both views.
Yeah, whichever camera.
So I got four seam, fingers together. I don't like any space in between. Try to get on my fingertips, and then two seam in between. Pressure on your pointer finger, and stay through the ball. And then spike curve, my favorite pitch to throw. I think it's my best pitch. And then we got a change up. It's a kick change. Pressure right here on the thumb, middle finger, and just let it roll up the fingers. Those are all the pitches. Got four of them.
They work for you.
Yeah. That curveball. How long have you been throwing that actual curveball with the what do you call it again? Spike curveball. How long have you been throwing that?
Since 13U. So
oh,
did a couple of pitching lessons with Andy Tolkien from Clay. He showed me this pitch, and ever since then, it's been good.
Yeah,
it's been working for me.
You're one of the best curveballs I've seen.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I've been able to catch a few of you guys playing catch with you, or even.
Well, I hit off of him in the fall.
And
I was thinking first pitch fastball.
You barreled it. You barreled me.
Yeah, that was after the second curveball you did, but the first curveball, I thought it was a fastball coming at my head, and then I saw it curve and I got sorted, and I think I was out, but I think I got a barrel or something along those lines.
I think most people know that Braden Harris is a pretty good
nice curveball.
Yeah.
And then Braden can also say something about this. I caught one of his bullpens a few years ago, 2 years ago, and I think his curveball almost killed me.
That was almost really bad.
Yeah, I was almost was in the hospital.
Took one off the neck.
Yeah,
you have a helmet on?
No, I had a helmet on, but I was just like, it's like a nice curveball. So I'm like catching it right, I see the ball coming over here, and then the ball just freaking curves. And I'm like,
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I thought something was gonna happen right there. That's good memories. Tell us a little bit about last year as far as your performance. How do you think you did last year? I don't have the stats pulled up right here, but this year you have a .64 ERA, 43.2 innings pitched, 21 hits, 4 earned runs, 85 strikeouts, and 14 walks. Tell us about the pitching side last year. Some things that you've worked on from last year that you're better at this year.
So last year pretty decent season, but I think my two strike pitches last year were not that good. I was missing a lot, and I think my fastball has also improved a lot this year.
Yeah, I agree.
It just helped me from last year. I threw a lot more curveballs last year, but now I'm starting to learn my fastball better. Starting to throw that more up in the zone and getting a lot more swing and misses. It makes the curveball even better if you have a good fastball too.
For sure.
So that's the biggest difference from last year.
Yeah. Tell us about, you committed very early, like Gage said, to FSU. Tell us a little about that recruiting process that you had, some things that you went through, and why you chose Florida State out of every school.
So I went to a camp, I think it was like winter of 8th grade year, and they really liked me. Talked to the coaches for a while after that, probably for about a month and a half, and they offered me a couple weeks before I committed. And I've always liked Florida State. The culture there, the program has always been like the top in the country.
Yeah,
I love the program, and I just really like the program and the coaches.
Yep.
So I love.
Some questions we've been asking players who have come on the show, or even coaches as well, is like the difference between travel ball and high school ball, and then what you like about both, or what you dislike about both, or what can improve. So tell me your thoughts on travel ball and high school ball, and what you kind of focus on during those seasons.
So high school is a lot more like personal,
Yeah.
and it's like team against team. Travel's more like for you, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like school ball a lot more. It feels like it means more when you win, especially against like rivals. Everyone knows each other during high school.
Yeah.
Travel, you still know them, but from across the country, it doesn't. You don't feel it the same. It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Most people do.
Yeah,
agree with that.
I agree with that. I like high school a lot better, and I think you've told me. I think we talked about it earlier in the show. That you like the high
Yeah,
school better.
I
Just
really,
because
I don't really care for travel ball that much.
Yeah, I don't really care for travel ball either. It's like Braden said, it's you're playing for yourself. You want to get that recruitment. You want to see them be scouts see you and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a lot of positives to travel ball and
Yeah.
there's good things about it, but
For high school,
I think most people prefer to play a high school season.
Yeah, playing for your team. You're with those guys every day on the field, practicing every day. The bus rides are always fun. The hotel trips are always fun.
The wins mean more and the losses hurt more than travel ball.
That's true.
Losing travel ball, it's just like, oh, I'll go home, go eat something, or
go to the next week.
I'm more chill.
Yeah. Tell us a little about, we just brought up travel ball. Tell us a little about, what's the summer look like for Braden Harris? Hopefully after a great long high school season, what's the summer look like for you? And what are your plans? What team are you playing for?
So I'll be playing for the Tiger Scout team, USA Prime national team.
Okay.
I think we got about 3 or 4 tournaments, WWA, and then UBC, and we're also doing like a little workout at the Tiger Spring Training Complex for a couple days. Yeah.
Where's that at?
Lakeland, I think. Lakeland,
okay.
Yeah. So just work out there for a couple days, throw bullpens in front of all the guys.
Yeah, sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, really
where's that WWA at? Atlanta?
I think it's in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah,
we want
to try to get out to Atlanta tournament or Sanford. Yeah. Sanford's a little younger, but we want to try to get out, film some games there. I think it'd be great for our channel. And
film a little video.
Film a little vlog. We might vlog it. It might be a little
Where's home expansion?
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And we got some new things coming up. We'll finish this interview with Braden, and we'll kind of talk about some ideas we talked about this week. Yeah, just tell me about this new team. We talked about a little bit earlier. Seems like you're enjoying it a lot because I was on the team last year with you as well. It looks like you're getting along with a lot more guys over here at St. John's. Just tell me, the switch. Were you a little nervous coming into St. John's at first? New team, new coaches. I mean, the coaches knew who you were. You pitched against them in 2 playoff games. What were you, an 8th grader? So they had an idea who you were. Just tell us a little about, the switch and how you're liking it.
Yeah, at first, it was just really different. I mean, it's the only other high school team I've been on.
Yeah.
Since 8th grade through sophomore
even,
year.
People you played with, really, too,
yeah.
right?
For a long time.
Pretty much, all new people, new coaches. The practices were different. Everything, like, just the culture was really good, though. Like, everyone's together. Everyone's playing for each other, and I really like the switch.
Yeah.
It's been really
It
good.
seemed like it's helped you.
Yeah, a lot.
Which is good.
All right, 3-game series. We've asked a lot of our interview people this question here. We're coming up to an end. 3-game series in regionals now. Tell us a little about your thoughts on the 3-game series. Of course, you'll be pitching in one of them. Is this going to show teams how they truly are? 3-game series, back to back to back. Tell us about your thoughts on the 3-game series and what you think about it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it shows the depth of every team. It shows how good they play together. Because if you fall behind a game, I mean, any team can get lucky one game. Like, and even a not good team could be a really good team in one game.
Yep, I agree.
And the 3-game series, I think, is really good. It shows who wants it more.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's truly better.
Yeah, we've talked about this a couple times now on the show. Kind of just the better team will probably come ahead in the 3-game series, but then there'll be less stories of like the smaller schools.
Upsets.
Yeah, going around. Which there's a good and a bad to that.
Yeah.
Better baseball will be played, but then we have the schools, and we also talk about the costs for some teams traveling to have to stay 3 if they stay for a 3rd game or regional, that could be.
But you got to plan for that when you're traveling.
Yeah, hopefully maybe the school. Who knows?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah,
who knows? I got the last 2 questions right here to be in the same sentence. You could give advice to anyone, the sophomores coming up to August 1st, going through that recruiting process. You could give them advice, and any young baseball player that might be your fan or a future fan of you out there just watching high school games, what advice do you give to them, wanting to play high school baseball?
I would say just trust the process, and you could work hard for like a whole off season and not see results.
Yeah.
But you got to keep going because eventually you will, and then you'll be glad that you put the work in over the years, and just trust the recruiting process. Like if you like coaches, that's good, and if there's any like red flags, you should see that too.
Yeah.
For any school, anything, just trust the process.
Yep.
Keep going.
For
There's
sure.
good words there from Braden Harris.
Yep. And then if you could give any advice to any young baseball player out there, coming up watching these high school games, what advice would you give to them, wanting to play high school baseball?
I'll say just find your weaknesses and work on those.
Yeah.
Like you gotta find your weaknesses. Even if you have strengths, you gotta try to get the weaknesses good too.
Yep.
And all around, you gotta be the best you can.
For sure. I agree with that. That's 2026 Braden Harris, FSU commit out of St. John's Country Day. Thank you for joining us. And
Sure,
we
thanks
got
for having me.
we got a game tonight, game Friday.
Yep, we do.
I believe you're pitching one of those games.
I am.
So I appreciate you joining us, and
Sure.
good luck rest of the season.
Sure, thank you.
Yep.